The subject of the statement is so critical, especially for the energy sector, and this is why I am rising to contribute to the discussion on the statement. The climate crisis is real, and is mostly attributed, among others, to the fossil fuel industry because of the emissions of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which is fast depleting the ozone layer. And so we have been discussing at our level, at the national level, but also global level, on how we can all help to reduce the level of emissions of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. So the government of Ghana has set up a committee to develop a national energy transition plan. And we're looking at various options on how Ghana can also contribute to reducing the level of emissions. Fortunately, in the fossil fuel industry, Mr. Speaker, we are getting technologies that could support these efforts. For example, we now have a carbon capture and storage technology which will seek to capture the carbon that is emitted and then stored somewhere for use in future. Secondly, government is doing a tree planting, but we also are discussing the possibility of making it mandatory for oil companies, just as we do with local content, so that oil companies can also commit part of their resources to tree planting and greening our environment in order to offset the carbon that they emit into the environment. Mr. Speaker, I am so worried about the part of the statement which talked about droughts. Droughts are affecting our country in many ways. Because of droughts, our hydro power facilities are in danger, and this is why we constantly now record lower levels of water in the hydro facilities. And we have been relying on these hydro facilities for our power generation for a long time. But as a result of drought, if we will not have the levels of water that is required to maximize these facilities, that will affect our economy in large measure. Mr. Speaker, I have read a report recently about the European Commission, which has introduced a draft law to ban the import and export of 6 core agricultural commodities. And 3 of these commodities they mentioned are commodities Ghana is noted for. Cocoa is one, palm oil is one, and soya is one. And they're doing this because they consider these commodities to be associated with deforestation. Mr. Speaker, can you imagine if cocoa is banned into the European market, or palm oil, or soya, the effect that will have on our economy? And therefore, we all should take the issue of the environment seriously. Even though we don't emit much, we still must take it serious, because the heavy emitters are leading to effects that are affecting all of us globally. And this is why we keep saying that the climate crisis doesn't know borders, it doesn't know sovereignties. Wherever you are, you will feel the effect. And so we can do our part in whichever way we can in order to contribute our quota towards reducing the level of emissions we are seeing in our countries. With these few words, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the maker of the statement for such an important statement. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.